Meanwhile, the U.S. military has carried out a 20th strike on a boat accused of transporting drugs in the Caribbean. It took place on Monday, killing 4 people. That brings the total death toll from U.S. strikes up to 80 since they began in September, despite widespread criticism that they defy international law. The U.S. has been amassing its military in the sea off the coast of Venezuela, and Trump administration officials held talks this week to discuss possible military operations inside the country. Donald Trump told reporters on Friday he had made up his mind on Venezuela. Our correspondent Fraser Jackson has more.
Well, there are two things going on, really. There's the attacks on the boats, and then there's also what the US is preparing for behind the scenes. Those boat attacks are part of this Operation Southern Spear that Pete Hegseth announced just around 24 hours or so ago, who says that the mission defends our homeland, removes narco-terrorists from our hemisphere, and secures our homeland from the drugs that are killing our people. Now, Southcom, which is the US South Command, has been carrying out training on board amphibious assault vehicles in partnership with other Caribbean nations like Trinidad and Tobago as well. But really, what is the most important thing here is what is going on behind the scenes. According to reports from multiple outlets, including the Washington Post, Donald Trump is being presented an options of potential military actions that the US could conduct in Venezuela. Now, this has been going on for at least 2 days of deliberations in the White House with Donald Trump's chief military brass, with forces in the region also preparing for possible attack orders, that including, of course, that USS Gerald Ford, the largest aircraft carrier in the world, and its strike group, which has now moved into position in the Caribbean. Washington Post reports, quote, US planning has raised the possibility of involving the military's elite Delta Force, according to 2 people familiar with the matter. The highly trained Special Operations Unit prepares for an array of capture and kill missions. That's a quote there from the Washington Post article. Well, Venezuela, for their part, are prepared for an attack. The Venezuelan Defense Ministry has announced a massive mobilization of nearly 200,000 air, ground and Navy personnel to prepare to defend the country. And in that Washington Post report, the one US official said to the Washington Post, the United States is very plugged into what's going on in Venezuela, the chatter among Maduro's people and the highest levels of his regime. That official continues by saying Maduro is very scared and he should be scared. The president has options on the table that are very bad for Maduro and for the illegitimate regime. So this now is worrying a lot of European allies as well, who have voiced concerns to the US over their actions in the Caribbean. But Marco Rubio, in a meeting with his G7 counterparts just days ago in Canada, said that Europeans basically should mind their own business and that Europeans will not dictate how Washington chooses to defend US national security.